Chef Koichi, thank you for joining us today on Gold Talks and this chef program that we're doing with the community in Montreal. Very much appreciated. We're very excited to be here at Ichigo Ichie. Can you tell us a little bit today about what you're going to be preparing for us that we can then prepare for at home?
Okay, so I'm gonna make the use the daikon as a Japanese radish.
Perfect.
Sometimes they only have the small one, but sometimes like this big one is nice.
Yeah.
Big and straight. And cucumber, the red onion,
Yep.
and mixer. So well, just maybe cut in half like this. Peel it. Compost it, or you can use for the soup.
Ah, for a soup. Smart.
Yeah.
Amazing. Use as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
Very good. So now we're finally chopping everything, right?
Yeah, not really fine.
Not too
like
fine.
How to say that?
Yeah, look, it's like a Juliet
mud
fry.
stick. Yeah,
right,
Juliet fry.
yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit rinse.
Yep. And that's to get the sediment off or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a little bit well.
Yeah.
And same thing with the cucumber. It's about same things. Actually, I'm gonna make the dressing for this.
Yeah.
Which is the very simple use soy sauce
Okay.
and salt, pepper,
Yeah.
vinegar, oil. It's very simple one, like a French, basic French dressing soya version, right?
Perfect.
But that's good for any fresh vegetable.
Yeah. It's
Actually.
a nice
Yeah.
sort of covering for anything.
So if you don't have this,
Yeah.
you can use whatever, like coleslaw, carrot,
Yeah, cabbage. Yeah.
anything. And this one also about same size. This one also goes in the bowl.
Okay.
That's better. It's make it crispy.
Okay.
Just 5-10 minutes, leave it. Okay. And then red onion.
Yeah. The red onion.
Oh, I don't need much. So this one also,
Oh yeah, you do a little water with the onion as well?
Yeah.
Cool.
because it's too strong.
And that helps to dilute some of the
Yeah.
power of the flavor.
And now I'm gonna make the dressing.
Okay. Okay, so you're doing how many garlic cloves?
Well, let's try.
Okay. You go by vision, right? You see sort of
Yeah.
how much garlic goes in.
Salt. Black pepper. And soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
3, 4, 5. Okay. Basically soy sauce and the vinegar is same amount. Any vinegar you can
Any
use,
vinegar.
but I'm using the rice vinegar.
Rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 8. This is yuzu juice.
Which?
Yuzu juice.
Yuzu juice.
Yuzu is kind of the Japanese lemon, Japanese lime, kind of.
So where did you learn to do this in this recipe and in general? Where did you?
In Japan.
In Japan?
Yeah. Well, this dressing in Japan.
In Japan, you
Yeah.
learned that dressing? Amazing. How long were you in Japan for?
Well, I'm from Japan.
Yeah.
And I'm start the restaurant business. I was like young, 19 years old.
19?
Yeah.
Amazing. And when did you come to Montreal?
1994. I was 30, 31, 32. Almost half in Japan, half in here.
Half in Japan, half in Montreal. That's amazing.
I started with the restaurant called Katsura.
Katsura?
It's a big
Yeah.
restaurant. It's kind of one of the authentic restaurants in Montreal. They started at Montreal Olympic. So
Did this? Katsura opened at the Olympics?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
my boss at the time, the Katsura, he decided to start his own business, his own restaurant. And then I go with him, izakaya at Park Avenue.
Oh yeah, Park Avenue, Izakaya.
Yeah, I've been there 18 years.
18 years? That's great, dude. That's good, man. That's in the restaurant business. 18 years is a hell of a long time, huh?
Yeah.
So now you're putting.
So I add the it's a canola oil.
Canola, okay.
Yeah, but if you like olive oil, that's okay.
Okay.
You can add whatever. I'm gonna use the Yuzu Juice for now, like 1 or 2.
Okay,
right?
1 or 2. So,
Or you can use the squeezed lemon,
okay.
right?
For that acidity.
Yeah. So this is go like a, it's
Pre-washed, so it's good.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy, right? You got to be careful. And is
So-
this something? And this is typical that could be found in Japan, as a salad, or not so much. This more North American type thing.
I think now, well,
Now maybe,
I
yeah,
never,
sure.
you know,
But when before, I know now you haven't been. Have you been back to Japan in a long time? No. Yeah, that's it.
cucumber.
Yeah.
It's a nice color.
So now the onion's gone on, the cucumber, the red, everything's there.
Yeah, and then if you like, you can add like asparagus.
Yeah. So if you want, you can boil up or steam a little asparagus, and then you could add that to the salad as well.
Yeah.
Very nice. So now we're using some little cherry tomatoes.
Just nice, the color here.
There you go.
Right.
Beautiful.
So then I'm gonna put the dressing on it.
Dressing,
right?
yeah.
And then after the dressing, I think it's better.
Yeah.
And then put the bonito flake
Bonito flake, amazing, delicious, and some nori.
and the shredded nori on top of it.
Beautiful. Very
It's
nice.
like this.
All right, amazing. So now, chef, you're making something warm to go next to our salad, right? So what do we got going on here?
So I got the scallops.
Okay.
I'm going to shear this.
Yep.
And use the butter sauce, kind of.
Okay, so it's a butter
But
sauce. So we're
Japanese
just-
way.
And it's a salted butter, I guess?
Yeah, salted
Yeah,
butter. Yeah.
perfect. So everywhere that you've been cooking and chefs above you that have taught you things have always had a French base in their using technique and then have
Yeah,
tried
because
to adapt with.
at the time, like 30 years, 40 years ago, like people start cooking. Well, it's totally separate way. It's
course.
become Japanese cook.
Yeah.
Like they start like really young age, like
Right.
13,
Doing
14
techniques
years.
that were being
yeah.
passed down and that was totally doing in the traditional way
Yeah.
in Japan.
Right? Or you go cooking school and then start.
Then you're then adding the
So
Japanese
then
angle to it.
Yeah, then people can go work at the hotel or the order. So
All right.
heat up the pan.
Yeah. Okay, now that's you're using olive oil.
Yeah, this is olive oil.
Okay.
Here.
And now this, like anything, when you're making scallops, you got to make them quick.
Yeah. Like a medium rare.
Yeah. Little salt. Now beforehand, you had done was that a Japanese broccoli? Had you done something?
No,
before?
actually, this is rapini.
Oh, that was rapini.
When you sear the scallop,
Yeah.
don't touch, don't move. Don't move around in the pan. Just stay there,
Yeah.
and then you can see how it's going in the side of the
color
scallop,
is raising. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And then you can turn it.
And that that's a very personal choice, but in general, it's a couple of minutes total,
Yep.
both sides altogether. And then you're gonna add that in afterwards. Yeah.
So a little bit turn down the heat.
So about to a medium heat.
Well,
Or less than now.
medium. Now you can move.
Now it's getting
Right.
into flavor country.
And I'm gonna use the Yuzu Juice again.
Yuzu juice, right? Right.
But you can always use the lemon.
Or you can use again a different
Yeah.
citrus like lemon or lime. Okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
And now you can take this out here.
Yeah. So that's medium done. That's a medium sort of,
Yeah.
a medium cook. Very nice.
Right.
So then you're warming up the sauce.
Again.
Okay.
And
again.
then put a little bit soy sauce.
Smart.
It's
No,
really,
I know, but
it's
such a-
really strong. You know, the soy sauce is really strong flavor, and it's really
In traditional Japanese cooking, I mean, is soya sauce, like sort of as we know it today, is that being used in just about everything?
well, yeah, use everything.
Everything.
Everything. So I want to make this kind of thick sauce,
Right.
You know,
But to thicken the sauce, that's basically Yuzu Juice, the olive oil, the scallop, the liquid
yeah.
from
so
the scallop, and some soya and butter.
Butter.
Butter's the thickener. The butter has to
Acid, like what about the fruit?
Yeah.
And then the flavor by soy sauce. And then it's become like this,
It almost gets a little bit caramelized. Right.
right? And then
Yeah.
stop it. So I put scallop. Well, if you have the big scallop, huge scallop, you can cut it in two,
Okay.
like this.
Right. A scallop burger.
Yeah.
I like it. And so once you've caramelized the sauce a little bit, you let it cool just a little bit so that it
No,
thickens up.
actually not. Actually not cool down. I'm gonna heat it up again.
Oh, you heat it up again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's butter, it's going to separate, right?
Right. Just so after you're plating and now you bring the sauce over that's gotten a little bit caramelized. Amazing. Beautiful. And then right on the scallop. So basically you haven't wasted anything.
Yeah, that's right. Cut lemon on the side.
Amazing. So anyways, we got why not? We got a little cake as well.
Yeah.
It's all good. So this is perfect. A little lemon on the side. And
Well,
then
if
you're
you
gonna
like,
put some amazing,
Sesame seed
Amazing. Little sesame seed.
on it.
Cool.
That's it.
And that's it. And then we're going to try this with Kevin. Thanks, Chef. I can't wait to try it. Cheers.
Thank you.
Amazing. So here we are. We finally got to the food that we were seeing the chef make. He was killing it in there. He showed us a little bit of how to do the scallops and the salad. He's brought a little sneaky little shrimpies on the side. But the point being is we had a great opportunity to talk with Chef. What a great story in Japan. We didn't get as much detail as we wanted, but he spent a lot of time here in Montreal and the fusion of French and Japanese to get these flavors. Very exciting. Kevin, thank you for having us in your establishment. I know you got a bunch of spots here in Montreal. You even have a place out in California. Thank you. Thanks again, man. So, Kev, how is the community been supporting you? Have they, the same people that were coming into your establishment day in, day out, are they now supporting you with the takeaway? Are they calling in to take food to go?
Yeah, they've been awesome. Like I can't say anything bad about it. They come. I know a lot of them are making an effort to order local, and we see that. Our sales are good for the ramen place, but like izakaya, tapas, it's just not really geared for takeout. So we're not really doing that, but.
No, like you've taken some of the things that are able to sort of maneuver out into takeaway and
exactly.
takeout versus obviously when you created this place and when you got everything organized. I mean, the idea was to entertain, to have people come in, try food, drink, right? Like that's not where we are anymore.
Exactly, and the thing is, unfortunately for us, like a lot of the tapas, izakaya style food, it's not very good for takeout.
It's not good for travel, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we focus more on the ramen, what we can do properly.
So one of the other things that it's not like a fluffy question, but I wanted to know because there's some things that I was watching and recently a lot. I mean, this has been some heavy times. You know what I mean? And so one of the things I was wondering, like, have you how's your mental health? How are things going? Have you are you experiencing some sort of just extra weight dealing with community, good vibes, bad vibes, like how has the last, I mean, this is over almost a year at this point, right?
Yeah.
So how is everything going?
It's rough, but I try to stay positive. I try to keep busy. And personally, I'm okay, but I know a lot of people are having a really hard time, and it's understandable. Like, when everything's normal, you kind of take that for granted. all those things that you can do. Like, you can go out, you can see your friends, you can do this, you can do that. Now it's just like, okay, you sit at home and that's it. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, the only thing that's essential is food, pot, and alcohol. It's like,
Yeah, that's basically it. Those are the three ones.
Yeah.
And your staff, are you in constant communication with them? Are you guys going back and forth? Because it's hard, man. Like a lot of them, either on unemployment, they're not sure what to do. You know what their situations are like. You know, it's rough, right?
yeah. Honestly, we prioritize our scheduling to give the people that don't get benefits more hours, things
Yeah.
like that. You know, but
So they can support their livelihood.
exactly, you know. But for me personally, I haven't really been in contact so much. You know, we have Facebook pages and everything for the staff, but I haven't been doing it much because I've been, you know, it's very hard for me to stay, you know, positive, and I don't want to bring people down, you know, with
Yeah.
my posts.
So then you by not, okay, so that's you, man. That's okay, and that's you who is a human too. I mean, you got to know and that's good too. Knowing sometimes that if you're talking with others, I might bring them down. That I might just sort of step back a little bit and like give them their space so they can go through what they got to go through. What about on some other things that we were talking about that on a sort of on a racist front or on an issue of sort of I know there's been a lot of sort of Asia bashing recently. I saw that both in North America, basically all through North America.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about Europe. I'm talking about what I can I see or read or been connected with. Has that stuff touched you personally recently as well, or?
Yeah, it's been around since you know, for hundreds of years. You know, it's not going to go away overnight. And I think the thing is with you know, with the last president of the United States, he made it kind of okay to come up with these kind of beliefs and things like that. You know, so it's definitely harder, and especially with the coronavirus coming from China. You know, people are like, oh, you know, we're gonna attack some random Chinese 80-year-old Chinese guy that's been in Canada for 50 years, you know, and somehow that's going to make things better. I don't know. It's just...
Has anything happened to you directly or not recently? If it's just stuff that you've seen in the papers or in the news and that kind of stuff?
Well, I still deal with a lot of racism in Quebec. It's out there. But the difference now is that when you're younger, you know, people called you chink on the street and they beat you up, you know. But now, it's not, if they do things like that, they're the ones that look ignorant. So the new racism is behind the scenes. You know, they'll say hello, blah, 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 smile in your face, and then stab you in the back. You know, like, so whenever you go for permits or whatever you have to do, it's harder.
Right.
You know, they give you wrong information, things take longer, you know, that's how they mess with you.
We had some conversations before that sort of blew my mind definitely on, you know, again, this isn't, we're talking about food, we're talking about the establishment, we're talking about cooking, but it would be ridiculous not to bring up sort of all the world elements that are part of what everybody's experiencing right now, right? And some of the things that you were telling me earlier on too is just totally mind-blowing. And I think that one of the most important things is conversation, to be bringing these things up. You know, again, it's not something that's going to be done in a 20-minute clip around some scallops and salad, but the idea is that never to stop talking about stuff, never to stop bringing it up, bring it to the forefront. The more people talk about just about everything, the better it's going to be, which does translate into mental health, right? Because everybody is weighing on things on their minds, right? Yeah.
Hey, you're right.
Well, look, man, that wasn't even really that was more of a statement. That wasn't really a question. You know what I mean? Like, it was more of me just saying that I really think that the more we can talk about things, the better. And I think that these are things that that people are experiencing all over North America, right? Different racial backgrounds, different sort of ethnicity, everything. I mean, everybody's got something they're dealing with at some point.
And I think the problem now is that, like you said, people aren't talking, and that's a big issue. But what's scary now is that if you say something that like seems kind of left, you're automatically labeled, oh, this guy is crazy left. Or if you say something a little bit to the right, and they go, oh no, this guy is crazy to the right. You know what I'm saying? So there's no in between, and then it just stops. You know, they're like, okay, well, we're not going to talk to this guy because he's to the left. We're not going to talk to that guy to the right. You know, so it's, you know, you're thrown in those two.
But I think that over time, I think that hopefully that sort of left-right, that very push to either side, people will start to come more to the middle, and then we can just keep having these conversations and having these kind of conversations around food right?
Yeah.
And hopefully, the more that people break bread from different cultures, and just talk about
We need
everything,
that, yeah.
the more you
Exactly.
exactly.
Definitely need that. You're
Listen,
not
man. Honestly, again, like I said, I had to just bring that up with you. And again, it's not something that was going to be wrapped up in 3 seconds. But I wanted it to make sure that it was part of this conversation around things that we know and
it has
connect
to be
with.
talked about.
And it has to be brought up
It
all the
has to,
time.
yeah.
And no matter what
Right.
sort of context, people shouldn't be scared about it.
Yeah,
It needs to
exactly.
be brought up.
It's just a conversation.
That's all-
it. Yeah,
and
we don't have
that's
to
it.
kill each other for it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about it, the closer we'll get to going in the direction that we want. So listen, Kev, thank you so much. Your place is amazing. I'm so excited to see what it's going to look like when the doors open up and the public can come back in and support, like really support and get in here and the music's going and everything's rocking. Your chef's amazing. Super fun to talk with him and sort of get as much information that we could out of him. And this looks fantastic. And again, thank you for your time here and good luck. And hopefully we'll be open real soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.